This kingdom has a lot more going on, mostly because it's got black market, but it's got some other interesting stuff as well. So we got villages with. Oh, never mind. I mistook caravan guard at a distance for village green, which I thought that would be a much more interesting kingdom because that would have like nice synergies with young witch and whatnot. So the only village we've got is native village, which is also the obelisk, meaning every native village is worth 2 points. The only draw we've got is sheepdog. So we have action and draw, but they're both kind of limited. So you probably want to fish for like better action and draw cards in the black market deck. Likewise, we got trashing. Trade Route's terrible trashing, but cemetery might be fine. Maybe you set some stuff aside with native village to get like a big cemetery turn off. And then for payload, highway can make everything cost like nothing, which is kind of nice. And that makes plus buy really valuable. The plus buy here is really limited. Again, Trade Route is plus buy, but it's terrible. So you might also want plus buy from the black market. There's also dominate, which kind of anti-synergizes with highway a bit, because dominate costs 14 no matter what. Highway only reduces the cost of the cards, not the events. And so if you're trying to hit dominate, well, highway is kind of useless for those purposes. But it could be strong enough that you just like buy the provinces manually. Sheepdog, what can activate Sheepdog? Theoretically Jester can, but I don't think Jester looks all that great. Your opponent's Young Witch can activate your Sheepdog. Black Market is probably gonna be the best way to activate Sheepdog. Buying a thing from the black market can trigger it. Yeah, I think opening with at least one black market seems reasonable. I'm not sure what to pair with it. Could be a second black market. He goes to Sheepdog. I think I'll take the black market line. Sauna looks good to me, I think. It's a trasher, and you just like throw a silver in your deck. I mean, it's not like necessary or anything. It's not an amazing card, but it seems reasonable. I'm likely to have my black markets collide down there. I'll go ahead and add a village now. Yeah. But hey, I hit 5 at least. Maybe I pull recruiter or something. We did not. Raise seems pretty good. Talisman might be good, like you get one highway down and then Talisman can gain you highways. I think Raise just seems more important in the opening though. I don't want to dream for the long term. Black markets, listen, this is a problem. I want to play black market more often, and that can't happen if they just end up in the same hand with no villages every time. So we'll buy a bunch of villages and see if that fixes the problem. Getting deck control here is going to take a while. So we're probably going to spend a lot of time clicking villages and draw, because the villages and draw here are a little bit weak. All of those look like good cards to me, honestly. I think I could reasonably see buying any of those. If you get 6, I think Courtyard is best. Squash, I think one of the twos. In the short term, Courtyard seems a little bit better. It has a nice synergy native village where you can top deck a bad card, so your native village definitely set something bad aside. Squire, I mean, it's a village, so it's still not bad early. And then later on, Squire is plus buy, which you might want if you got a bunch of highways, for example. Ooh. So Royal Blacksmith is a lot of draw. But I've also got a lot of coppers left. But I've also got black markets, which can play those coppers. Huh. That is tempting. That's really tempting. Mountain Village is also not bad. How much money do I have? I got 5 money. So I got a black market down here, and if I buy Royal Blacksmith, I'll be in debt, which means I can't buy anything from the black market next turn. The downside. I think I'll probably just buy the Mountain Village in that case. It's so much draw. I think that's just too much draw to pass up on. I'm gonna take it. And I will pick up here. There's like a 50-50 shot this Hamlet draws my black market. I think I'm honestly actually either way is fine. So like if I draw the black market, I can't buy anything from the black market deck, but I can at least buy like a 2-cost, Native Village, which is fine. If I don't draw the black market, then it's okay because that means I've left it on top for next turn once I'm out of debt. I do think it's important to pick up though because I only had 2 money in hand, and I wanted to pay off all my debt, such that next turn the black market would be open again. You can't buy anything from the black market when you're in debt. There's that village green that I was wishing was in the kingdom. Ooh, crypt. That looks pretty good. You still got a bunch of coppers, don't you? I would take a crypt. Herald or Wishing Well? Herald seems good. You're going to be buying a ton of actions, so... if you got exactly 6, maybe like Herald and... actually, you got cost reduction as well. You could do like Crypt and a Sheepdog. Or a Crypt and a Native Village. Don't think I need to discard for action here. Ooh. Engineer looks kind of nice. I mean, Tunnel's an easy way to get payload if I were to, like, gain a Young Witch, but I don't really want a Young Witch. There's a lot of cheap... I think I want this Engineer enough to justify buying it. The sad thing is, I mean, like, I have one more black market I could play, and there's some chance that like there's like a great 5 in the next 3 cards, like Outpost or Recruiter, and then I'll be really sad because Engineer will put me in debt, and then I can't afford it. This is, I guess it's better to take the estate because the Royal Blacksmith is going to pitch the copper. I could take this and play the black market first. I should know what's in the rest of my cards, and I honestly don't. Okay, yeah. I should have known that there were 5 coppers down there, and if that were the case, it was better to take the copper and play the black market and then play the Royal Blacksmith. I just passed up on a free Native Village. I'll pick that up. Good target for the raise. Ooh, well, those are really good, but I can't afford them. Wow. So hindsight's 2020 and all. Playing that Sheepdog before the black market would have been so much better. I would have drawn these 2. I could have like discarded and drawn on. The plan was to play the black market and buy something so that the Sheepdog can be played non-terminally, which didn't go as intended. He seems to have a lot more points, which makes me think he's winning the Native Village split. Did I pick up here? I'm not sure what I'm doing. So, if there are any Native Villages left, I think I'll just trash the copper, set aside Native Village, play Black Market, buy Native Village. I could pick up here, which means I get to have like a decent shot at the black market this turn. I could pop the raise and draw on, but I kind of value the raise. Set aside. I'll play the black market first, just in case there's like a really good 3 in there. There's not. Quarry is really nice, but I can't afford it. So would I rather trash a copper or buy a sheepdog? Probably buy a sheepdog, right? This hand is not good. The main reason I wanted to set aside with the native village rather than picking up is I got an engineer and I had 1 copper down already, now 2. And so I wanted to like let him build up a little bit on that mat and then try to get 1 big cemetery trash off next time I pick up. Like ideally if I had some native villages in this hand, I could pick up, trash all the coppers, and then play the Royal Blacksmith. But this is going to be a dud. He's not drawing his deck either, though. So, I mean, that's good news. I still got time. He does have 2 highways to my 0, and that's a good card. But I just had, like, literally a useless turn, which is not good news. I think this is probably the turn I'm going to pick it all up. I can trash 3 coppers and a haunted mirror and discard the black market to gain a ghost, and then I can draw with the sheepdog. So I think I want to activate the sheepdog off the ghost gain rather than the cemetery gain, so that the ghost is already in the shuffle when I trigger it. So like do this first and now I'll activate the sheepdog. Maybe draw it here. Ghosty. I could trash the engineer. I think I want to hold on to it. There's still more stuff to gain. So just set aside and trash more. These duds are painful. Whew. The Royal Blacksmith has not done enough, but maybe it'll do more in the near future. I'm getting close to getting rid of these coppers. My hope is like I'm struggling here, but it still looks like he's struggling a bit too. But another full dud turn, literally nothing accomplished. I guess I played a ghost, which is that's something. But black market is not a good ghost target. But like he's still over there, turn 16, feeling the draw deck too. So I feel like he must be having a similarly hard time of it. Yeah, there's another dud from him. Not quite as bad as mine, but it certainly doesn't look good. Some of this is to be expected, of course. We said this kingdom looked a little bit slow to get going because of the weak actions and draw. Margrave and Ulwich both look amazing here. I guess Dame Sylvia also technically is an attack, but certainly not that one. I think probably Margrave, right? Seems more important than the cursing. Go sheepdogs, go. I do need to get some villages out of the black market now. Because if I've learned one thing, it's that I apparently do not have enough villages. Okay, I'm also low on payload. I mean, I guess it makes sense because I'm killing all my coppers quite deliberately. So I kind of do want to get a highway because that'll let me engineer for highways in the future. Maybe I gain 1 more black market, which I think I can also play this turn. Could also just be a silver if I felt like it. What's that bottom card? That's my Margrave down there in the bottom. Beggar is a card. I don't think the Beggar Royal Blacksmith synergy is all that strong. So I think I'm going to pass on the Beggars for now. Something else good, perhaps? Ooh. Courtier. Solves a lot of my problems. Because that's an efficient way to get payload into my deck. I think it's worth picking up the Margrave to get an attack in a turn early. I mean, I could have left it on the native village mat to make my deck a little bit more reliable next turn. I also think I want to trash the cemetery here. Okay, this turn has gone well. I think I'm probably in the lead because I haven't seen him draw his deck yet. Not recently, at least. Maybe did that a while back. I still want to get rid of the final two copies. Oh no, this is actually, I think, okay. I can reveal Sheepdog, choosing action gain gold, which will trigger both Sheepdogs non-terminally. So I've still got a chance to draw here and not dead. I was trying to figure out where this massive draw came from. He'd been storing a bunch of stuff aside from Native Village for quite a while there. I should watch closely about piles. Piles are low-ish. Native Village is out, Sheepdog will run out. And then some of these other piles are at 6, which we don't have enough games to make that like super threatening, but like it's not threatening. And he's got a points lead, which makes it easy for him to pile out and harder for me. I do have Engineer, which is nice in those in-game scenarios because you can gain like 2 cards on the final turn where you trash it and get an extra thing. So if I were to try to pile out like Sheepdog and Cemetery or something, Engineer would help with that. But I think I'm still pretty far from having enough gains to be threatening a pile out. Okay, he's taking. Oh, he got his Crypt down, so he will probably have a much better deck from here on out. Draw me some good stuff. Some good stuff. This is good. I'll take it. What's the better order here? Blacksmith. I think I should play it safe and play the Royal Blacksmith. So yeah, I discarded 1 copper, which is the downside. If I played the Margrave first, there's a chance I find like some more villages, play Black Market, get those coppers in play, and then can play the Blacksmith after getting the coppers in play. But I only draw 3 cards instead of 5, and so I think there's like a real risk that I just don't find a village, and then my turn ends prematurely. And I think the risk of dying there is like that. The impact of it is massive, even if it wasn't like necessarily super likely. I should pick up here because I see a village on that mat. I want it. I think this last card's a copper. Border village looks pretty good, right? I can take a highway off it is probably the best thing. Gain a cheaper card first. Now I'll trigger the Sheepdogs. Oh, that might not have been the best order. Maybe I should have played the Native Village first or something. Because now I'm going to waste a draw here on something or other. Discard for action. Plaza seems good. We like villages. Ooh, So we like villages, but we also like the relic attack. I've got a discard attack plus a relic attack. That conjunction, can make him pretty likely to dud. Unfortunately, I have no way to get back to the relic this turn, which is a shame. Popping the raise at this point draws me no cards because raise cost is 0. I guess I don't have no way to get back to the relic. I could trash like the gold or something to get it. Am I willing to trash a gold just to find the relic and play it this turn? Maybe. Let me look at the state of piles. Yeah, like what am I buying? Highway and Sheepdog are awful low. Like I was just going to click some more highways, but I probably can't afford to do that, can I? Tricky situation. I think that's actually what I'm going to do, isn't it? I think I want to buy this relic and trash the gold just to play the relic, right? He's probably gonna have a turn. He's already got a bunch of stuff set aside on his crypt. He's already got a big native village mat, but I think just getting in that attack might be worth it. Set this aside. And what do I want to go? Actually, I kind of want to ghost the plaza. So maybe I don't set it aside. Like, what else would I gain? I would be A-okay engineer gaining a highway or sheepdog and having ghosted that, except that piles are just so darn low that poses an enormous risk right now. So I could set that aside and go something else. Caravan Guard seems bad because then the ghost gets stuck out of play. Actually, maybe Caravan Guard is fine because maybe we're not having 3 more turns anyway. So I could just set it aside and ghost a Caravan Guard. Keep the ghost out of play. I could ghost a Mystic. Do that, I guess. I guess I could take points. I could just like not set anything aside and gain a duchy. Or a cemetery and trash a copper. No, I'll set it aside. I will gain a Mystic. Don't trash. I will buy myself a duchy. No, undo. I think the trashing a copper is better, even at the cost of 1 point. This is a pretty good starting hand. Let's see if my relic attack caused him to dud. Please dud. Thank you. I can't. I mean, maybe he was going to dud either way, but I sure hope that card on top was like a draw card that he didn't get to have. What do I have a lot of? Native villages? Sheepdog. It's a good card too. So can I win here? My guess is I don't have the gains, but like if I can muster 7 gains, maybe I have the gains. Cemeteries and sheepdogs will be a pile out, and that would be exactly enough points. So well, I got 2 buys already: 3 with Hamlet, 4 with Courtier, 5, 6 with Engineer. We're getting somewhere. Do I have any other gains down on my deck? I can't think of any other cards that gain me cards. So that means I think I can only pile out if I happen to be able to both find like an extra gain in the black market deck and draw back and play it. That could happen. I don't think I have any 3-type cards to hold out for. Maybe I should have gotten a Caravan Guard at some point just as a Courtier target. I didn't think about that until like literally just now. But Caravan Guard is a 3-type. Let's go for a golden plus buy. Discard for action and buy. This might be too much discarding. I'm not sure if my deck can actually draw as much as I'm asking it to. Villa is a free gain. I think that'll do. Ooh, Talisman's also a free gain. I'll take the Villa. Seems better. The Talisman would be a lot of gains if I were going for another pile. But here, if I'm aiming for cemeteries and sheepdogs, it only really gets me one extra sheepdog because it doesn't work on victory cards. Alright, I think this is a win. I didn't actually check if I have enough money, but I feel like I've got enough money. Grand Market's a gain. Oh, I have a copper in play. Grand Market's not a gain. Okay, yeah, this looks like a win. I just pop engineer for 2 sheepdogs, buy 5 cemeteries. All is right with the world. I'm going to buy that village green because I've wanted that village green to be in the kingdom at the very start, and so it deserves to be here. Alright, so 3-3 ending. We'll take it.